What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Kickin with Kachi, where we highlight individuals that are really taking their industry by storm. And today, we have musical artist Tale of Ronin, the Tale of Ronin,
Yeah,
legendary name. So first, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming on and kicking it with me, my brother. Like, I know you're in Miami right now, you on a trip, but thank you for taking the time to, share your story with us.
for sure, man. Came out here to do my little thing, man, but I always got time to do some shit for the people, you know?
Of course. And then obviously, like getting into your musical journey, like when did you start doing music and how did you sort of come to the decision to make this something that you really want to take and do professionally?
I feel like I really did this shit. I guess like most people, bro, I always been making music since a little legit. I always been writing shit. And then I guess when I really dropped some shit and really started like getting some shit going, I was around like 16, 17. That's when I really started like do all in my eyes, I started taking shit serious and trying to like learn and improve on myself and not just drop shit, but drop shit. You know?
And like the name Taylor Ronin, right? Obviously, like very is it like the ninja Japanese sort of that is that the influence? Like where does that name, where does that sort of persona? Because with the name comes the idea of the person, right? So where does the
Right.
persona of the Taylor Ronin come from?
So really what happened was me and my dog was trying to come up with a name because I had a different name at first. It was some shit I just made up. Like it was like JKL the Savage, some little shit I had made up. But then I was like, I need like an actual like name to actually like drop shit under for real, for real. He just my dog just said Ronin, and I like the way that shit sounded. So when I had went on like the DSPs and shit, like SoundCloud music, all that to like make a name, Ronin was like taken. So I decided to add the tail of, and to this day here we are.
Right. And then in going through music, right? First say TRR1, right? And creating music like that, is it was it known that you were going to do a book two, book three, like from the very first, or were you just kind of making the name TRO two TOR book one? Sorry, with the name Taylor Ronin because it just sounded cool at the time.
So I always wanted to really be like a story to be told. So I mean, I did plan it to be like a book, but I didn't know that like I was gonna make more than one. To be honest with you, that
Exactly,
part I
right.
didn't know. I didn't know if I was gonna make more than one, but I did know I wanted to tell a story. So I
Right.
wanted to kind of sum up like where we at right now and point in time and like when we trying to like set the precedent what I want, what I'm trying to get to, where I'm at, and the other ones after that, yeah, I didn't really plan on making more, but then it just the same shit happened. I felt like I gotta tell the story. I gotta tell people like the progression. Like we done came a long ways from TOR1 to TOR2, and it's a whole new running now. So I wanted to show the people that. So.
Right. I would say like, with the story of TOR1, book one, right? Beginning of the end. What is the story that you wanted to tell with that, right? What was it? What end was, beginning, right? For was it the end of this amateur era? Was it the end of you playing around? What was the beginning
Pretty
of the
much,
end for you?
yeah. Like it was really just like how you said, it was really just the end of like not taking shit serious. This was the beginning of me like, all right, we finna really sit down, hone in, and give the best of me at that time, as well as like letting people know the real of what's really going on with me. So like I felt like the message for TOR1 at the time was to just show people who I am and what I'm made of, what I can do, and the goal of like how we could really take this shit to the next level. You feel me? Take the shit to the next level based off all the shit that like I've been through and that I've achieved. Like we can do this shit. And I want to show people that like this is this is achievable. And I wanted to also let other people know that the same way I could do this shit, they could do this shit. You feel me? Same niggas
Right.
in my
So then,
competition.
and like moving on from sorry, tongue twisters, TOR1 to TOR2, right? Like obviously you learned a bunch of stuff. You grew in a bunch of different ways. How did those things that you learned and ways that you grow, how did that sort of manifest in this new album, right? Now it being the end of the beginning. So flipping that name and then saying this is probably the end of you coming out, the end of you debuting and you solidifying where you are. I don't know. But what is the story
Right.
now to be told?
So with TOR2 now, I wanted it to be essentially an evolution, almost as if like how if anybody be watching like anime, bro, you watch like Dragon Ball Z and shit, bro, almost
Right,
like how
right.
Goku went from Super Saiyan 1 to Super Saiyan 2. Like it's a whole new me, it's a whole new level, and like the same ideologies and the way I went about things in the past, I realize is a lot different now. It's a lot different now, and the way I approach things is going to be a lot differently. So I essentially wanted to be like at that time, TOR1 was to show people like what I can do, what I'm made of. TOR2 was to show people that I've surpassed that, gone to the next level, and that like this shit is on lock now. Like you can't deny this shit now. Like this right here is to let niggas know that this is literally the end. This is the end for everybody else. Like this is where shit really kick off. Like before we're just letting y'all niggas know that like I exist. Now it's like stamping my place in this shit. You feel
Right.
me? And I'm
And like,
working on. Yeah, go ahead.
no, continue. No, continue.
I said I'm working on the third one, and the third one is essentially to like show people that like through all this shit, making this shit look good and making like and doing this shit that like I'm still a regular person too, and that like I wanted the third one's gonna be to inspire people. The first one was about me. The third one is more about them. That makes sense.
Right, right. And go into speaking about like face to face interaction, right? Like being on tour, going around different cities, doing different shows, meeting different people, playing your music in different venues, getting different feedback from different people, right? Like what was that how's that experience been like for you and just, traveling and being able to travel through your music?
That I ain't gonna lie was surreal for me. Cause like as a jit, that was shit that like I always imagined myself doing, but like never thought that shit was gonna really like happen or at least happen the way it happened. You feel me? Like the way, especially as fast as this shit happened, being able to travel, go from city to city, meet new people, meet new fans, meet people who, and it's crazy to see that for lots of that shit while me going on tour, um, lots of that I was opening up for a lot of people, but lots of the people that like came to that show, lots of them was there literally just for me, and to like have that
Right,
was
right.
crazy, especially from people from like different states and they not where I'm from. They don't know me from a can of paint, and them niggas like pay money to come out, see me perform, and mosh with me and go crazy. Like that shit, like that's like a dream, bro. That's just like a dream to really do that shit, especially to go as far as I did. Like I went all the way from Florida all the way to LA to Chicago to Atlanta from place
Right,
to place. And
right.
each one of them showing the love that they did was crazy, bro. So some of them even showing more love than fucking Florida. I ain't even gonna lie. Shit, I say it should be crazy. Niggas don't be lying when they say you be getting more love out your hometown, bro. That should be real.
And then in terms of like, and going to these different places and different cities, what sort of things surprised you about going on tour for your music and being in different venues, right? Is it like late nights, early mornings? Like, obviously being on the road has its own challenges, its own experience as well.
The shit is just I mean it's fun and it's lit, but the shit do be tiring just
Right.
from city to city, back to back, constantly traveling. You never get to sit down in one place for too long, or like lots of the time, you be out in these places and like because you got a show date, like let's say Tuesday in like LA, and then by like Thursday you got to be back in like Atlanta. You don't even get time to really like enjoy the place that you really at. You
Right,
feel me?
right, right.
Like you just gotta keep pushing, you gotta keep moving, and you gotta make every moment while you're there just count because like you don't get to be in the bitches for long. You just gotta keep going.
And currently right now you are still an independent artist, right?
Yes, sir.
So then how does the for other independent artists, just to gain some advice and some tricks of the trade, how does a tour work for you, right? Like do you work with other artists and know that you're going to be with them on stops, or do you choose your own stops? What's the process like in sort of developing a tour, right? Especially for an independent artist who doesn't necessarily have the label or whoever have you making those decisions for them.
So first thing I would say as far as like advice to people is to be organized and to really like, bro, you gotta pop out and show face and network and build them connections, bro. Like network is like important. One of the most biggest pieces of advice I got from one of my like, I'd say like OGs and this shit. Like one of my like, and he made music too. He like the biggest thing he told me was to travel and like just going around and meeting new people and building those connections, especially if you can like organize yourself and really like use critical thinking skills and put, you feel me, put two and two together to make shit happen. Like you can really like get shit going. As far as what I mean by that is just like lots of the shit was like, none of it was like one, lots of the tours that I did was none of them was like one big thing. It was a bunch of smaller things that I put together and strung together.
Right,
You
right,
feel
right.
me? And it's a bunch of different shows I strung together piece by piece, and then it end up becoming a whole tour. So the small things matter. The small
Right,
things
right.
matter.
And
You know.
yeah, I would say like in the stage of where you are right now, in getting your name out there and pushing your brand and really building your brand, right? As it's getting all these different facets of it. What sort of this journey has excited you or been a big highlight for you that's kind of keeping you going and keeping you, keep your eye on the prize?
My personal opinion is just the love that I got from the people, bro. It's like you can tell when niggas be fucking with certain niggas over certain niggas, and like, bro, niggas was showing me hella love out there, let me know that like, this ain't no bullshit. Like you feel me? There's the I ain't gonna catch. There's this one nigga on Instagram I be watching, and one of the things he always be saying is like, you never have to constantly like build yourself up if you stack undeniable proof to say you are who
Mm-hmm.
you say you are.
Right,
And like
right.
to go out there and like have niggas like tee up the way they teed up and the way niggas like want to interact with me even after the show and keep up, and like I said, like niggas would say even like fuck the man that can come out there just for me type shit, bro. Like I know like I'm destined to do this shit, bro. You feel me? It's all like, it's just like essentially like reassurance, bro. That was the thing that like kept me going, because like I already know that I could do this shit and I feel like I could do this shit, bro. But to like go out there and like really see the real life impact that it has on people, their faces, the time they have, you could tell that they was like, they
Right,
really
right.
enjoyed the time type shit. You feel me? Like, if you felt like all the hard work you put in was not for nothing.
And to speak on your hard work, what are three songs that you are like these new fans that are watching this video right now? As they get to know you and get to know the human behind the music, what are three songs that you feel like really portray you as an artist or you as a person the best? I don't know, I know that's a very hard question because those are your songs, but I don't know if you got top three that you would like to drop for people to listen to that to really get to know you.
um, Top three. That's a hard. I ain't gonna lie. That is a hard question. I never really thought about that. Shit. I'd say how I'm supposed to feel. I feel like that's a good one to get into like the mind of me. Um, Till I feel again, and shit. I don't know. What's another good third one? I'd say Geekin. Geekin would
Okay,
be
okay.
those three songs would be probably the big the one of the, like I feel like those portray me probably the most.
Okay, okay. And then now to see you visually, what music videos do you think are the best music videos, maybe the top two, to kind of get your vibe as a person the best?
Hmm, that's another oh shit, that's another good question too. um Definitely I say the Geeking video, because a lot of niggas don't know that like I real deal directed and like designed some of the costumes and made them shits by
Right,
hand
right, wow.
for that video. And like I feel like a lot of niggas don't know that like when it comes to my music videos, like majority of them, there's like very few where I kind of just have my camera guy like kind of like direct, but for the most part, like I direct everything and like come up with the ideas, help storyboard, like costume design, all that. Like, and Geekin, I helped do a solid majority portion like of that one, and like that one, I really like that one. Another one too, I guess would be Apex. I feel like
Okay.
Apex or Full Heart. Either one of those two. That's probably three. Yeah, that's three. But like either one of those, either one of those. I feel like fully portray me because, like I said, I fully like really help direct most of those, and like it really got a lot of aspects of how like my life really is just in those videos.
Nice. And I know that we got the TOR3, the rebirth coming very, very soon. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Before the end of the year, I hope is film direction, music video direction, and maybe even some fashion or costume direction. Is that something that we're also gonna see from or hear about in the tale of Ronin?
So I can't say too much on TOR3 right now because I don't want to give away too much about that. But what I can say is 100% as far as like we gonna y'all gonna get some raw ass merch. That's what I'm gonna say. Y'all gonna get some raw ass merch
Okay,
for that shit.
okay.
Because as far as like I got a whole different concept that I'm putting into play, and like I said, I don't want to speak too much on it. But as far as like shit for the people, like they gonna love that shit. That's what I
Okay,
can say. Y'all
okay,
gonna
okay,
I
okay.
got you feel me?
Well, I mean, hey, if you need my addies, you can see the Taylor Ronin merch on the Kickin with Kachi. Let me know. I'd love to wear some. You know what I'm saying? I love free clothes forever, forever.
Shoot, when we get the first little experimentals in, I'm gonna let you know.
Okay, okay. Hey, the audience heard you, not me. So they gonna hold you to that. But obviously, and then before we head out of here, thank you for the great conversation as always. Like I said, I know that you're working out there in Florida. I hope you can get some time as well on this weekend to get some rest. Get some time to clear your head and stuff like that. But before we head out of here, do you have any advice or any life lessons? Maybe top 3 gems that you kind of carry through your life that you like to share and pass on to that next individual watching this to inspire them and instill in them some sort of confidence to continue chasing their dreams?
Bro, believe in yourself is the biggest thing. It sound corny. Everybody say that shit, but like people, it's the times when you really don't believe in yourself and when you really need to believe in yourself the most. When everyone else give up on you and you feel like everyone else don't give a fuck, that's when you yourself is the most important to believe in yourself because there's gonna be lots of times when niggas not gonna give a fuck. Nobody give a fuck about you. And like you the only one you got. So you gotta give a fuck about you. And that's the only way. Once you start giving a fuck about you, other people are gonna learn to start to give a fuck about you. So just believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's the real truth.
Nah, and that's beautiful. Honestly, I can't think of a better life lesson than that. To be honest, thank you, Ronin, for coming in. Like I said, sharing your story with me in the midst of you working and doing your thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anytime, man.
And obviously, congratulations on everything that you've done so far. 2 albums already under your belt, a third one coming on the way, and a lot more success I'm already seeing for you, my brother. So, like I said, I'm glad that I was able to do this interview at this very important juncture along your journey. Because I'm gonna be that guy, like, hey, you see that guy that's on the red carpet? Yeah, I interviewed them, so I could also have a piece of, I could also piece off of your fame.
Yes, sir.
Of
Yes,
course. And
sir.
thank you guys for another amazing episode of Kickin with Kachi. You can check out this interview at the DC Voice on our Instagram page and our YouTube page. Sorry, you can check out my boy, the Taylor Ronin, at TVL Ronin on Instagram. Check out his music as well, the Taylor Ronin, on all streaming platforms right now. And check out his music videos on YouTube as well. Check out me on Instagram at Kachi.the-analyst. Once again, thank you, Ronin, for another amazing, amazing episode. It's Kickin with Kachi.
Man,
We're out of here.
appreciate y'all for having me, man. Shout out Kachi, bro. Yes, sir.
Of course. Peace. Peace. We're out of here. Much love.